Everybody, shut up! And action! Is the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie any good? It's pretty decent. I feel like it is a little overhyped because people are overhyping it like crazy on TikTok, but the edits slap, the soundtrack is a banger. But, I still thought it was a little overhyped, but I still thought it was a good movie, don't get me wrong. So, the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie is the next arc from the Chainsaw Man series. Like, season 1 came out back in 2022, and now we're finally getting the next piece of content in this franchise, which is seemingly taking forever, and it's taken so long to the point where I've forgotten most of what happened in season 1, and now I'm just watching the Reze Arc movie as kind of based off what little I remember of the season. But thankfully, Reze Arc kind of just jumps right into the movie and helps you quickly remember all the key aspects of the story that will help you watch this movie and truly enjoy it. It doesn't get you deep into the entire movie, understanding Denji and why he's obsessed with with relationships with people, why he cares about people's affection and care towards him, and whatever, all that sorts of tiny nuanced details in his personality and his character. But it does get in straight to the point with Denji going into this entire working towards getting a date with Makima, going to this movies with her, spending a day just going to movie after movie, movie after movie, movie after movie, and just spending time with Makima. That's what he wants to do. It doesn't depict it as just simple as a guy wanting to go on a date with a girl. It does a good job in trying to depict it as a story of this guy who just seeks affection and care and is working hard so that he can spend time with the girl he seemingly is in love with. And it's a really interesting story. While that's a tiny detail of a scene in a movie, it's just a big character development line for Denji, and this movie is just really deep on Denji's character. It's a story about Denji, and in this episode, in this sort of arc, he meets a girl. So now he's conflicted because he meets another girl who's actively giving him care and attention without him necessarily needing to put in a lot more effort. But still, the important thing here is to him is that he's met another girl that is giving him the care and attention, and now suddenly he's conflicted on the inside. Who is he in love with? He really cares and wants Makima, but now he's finding this other girl and he's questioning, am I in love with this girl now as well? Am I in love with Reze? And it's this entire story about just Denji in a state of confusion on love, but also at the same time just wanting to experience everything. He still hangs out with Reze because he does like her personality, he enjoys spending time with her, and he just wants to sit and learn with her. And she is a girl that is equally as chaotic as Denji. She just feels like equally outgoing, equally absurd. This a little psychopathic too as well, I would say. And they're just socially awkward and weird. Both of them are, and they just feel like they would be a perfect match. The two of them together look really cute together as a couple, and they just have this entire vibe together that just makes you watch in awe and just love the two of them together. And the movie itself is just gorgeous from the standpoint of developing these two characters, going further into them, and it's this entire story of the relationship between two of the characters. It's called the Reze Arc for a reason. It's because Denji meets Reze, and it's the story of the two of them together and their time together. And this story and movie was absolutely beautiful, and it creates a beautiful arc, and this story jumps with turns, and I think the first half of this movie was absolutely gorgeous. The second half gets extremely chaotic and it becomes a mess, in my opinion. That's why I say it's overhyped, because the second half of the movie is what kind of lost me there. Because the second half of the movie is Reze revealing that she's actually the bomb devil and that she's actually after Denji's life. You do not see that coming at all. That is a complete surprise plot twist that jumps you out of nowhere, and oh my god. There's something up with her, but seeing her as the bomb devil, what the hell? I did not see that coming. And I really don't think she was in season 1, but I feel like bomb devil was mentioned, but even then, I feel like Reze was not shown in season 1, so and even if she was, I don't remember, so it was a complete surprise for me here. This arc was beautiful. It's the story now of, oh my god, Denji is trying to survive, keep himself alive while Reze is trying to kill him, and along the way, anyone who's trying to protect Denji is being killed. She slaughtered an entire team of devil hunters. Oh my god. And then there's this entire chaotic chase scene of Denji just getting away after losing a lot of blood, and she's chasing him. There's a lot in this, that entire fight scene. It makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, it's super chaotic. I don't like chaos in movies that much, and because when chaos isn't done well for me, it does start putting me to sleep. And in this movie, it was starting to put me to sleep, but it wasn't so bad that I was actually falling asleep. That is the worst. But like it was chaotic to the point where I'm starting to like daze out of and brain overload. Even though when I rewatched it, it didn't feel that chaotic. But like whatever, it was chaotic. But I say it wasn't as chaotic. I mean, like it wasn't as overwhelming. But regardless, it was a super chaotic scene, and you're just there watching Reze and Denji's entire relationship fall. But like at the same time, it's not like it's falling to oblivion and it's like suddenly they hate each other. It's like she still has feelings for Denji, and it's just like now her obligation to kill Denji for the gun devil is kind of taking over her mindset, over her caring for Denji as just another person and through her own feelings. Because the big part of this entire movie was just analyzing what it is that matters to you, and what do you care for in life. And a big key theme throughout this entire movie was the metaphor of the city mouse versus the country mouse. And that was honestly a heartwarming metaphor that was depicted through the movie, where Denji calls himself more of a city mouse. That even though he wants to be and live in danger, he would gladly take that life and go after eating delicious food while putting his life in danger over and over again, rather than staying as a country mouse, where you have safety, peace, security, but food you would eat might not be as delicious. Where Reze would prefer to live on the country mouse side, living that safe, secluded life and not having to worry about danger, but like, you know, having a more stale life at the same time, having to eat more stale food. Food is the metaphor here. Oh, it could stand for anything, but like food is the metaphor given in the movie because Denji really likes food. They like food. She doesn't mind eating stale food if it means that she can be safe and live happily. Denji, he wants good food. He wants excitement. But even if that means he has to take on a lot more risk and danger in his life, he would rather have that. He wants to live a more exciting life. She wants to live a more steady, stale, boring life. I personally would also like to live a boring life, but I would also like to mix excitement in time to time. But like, regardless, that's just a depiction of while these two are super cute together and everything they have wildly different look points and views on everything, and especially on how they want to live their life. And that is what kind of just dressed these two apart, leading into this entire breakout where she's like, oh, and because she was just lost in the moment or whatever, their entire fight breaks out and she's trying to kill him for the gun devil. And then, you know, the movie just develops from there. And then the if you break it into 3 acts where it's just the two getting together, that was a beautiful segment. The two meeting, getting together, spending time together, beautiful cinematography, beautiful animation. Like, there was only one animation that was just wonky to me, which was like whenever Reze was going on her walk from the train or bus, whatever, to the cafeteria where she works, or the cafe where she works. That entire walk, it just felt awkward to me. The animation was nice and beautiful, don't get me wrong, but the entire walk just felt really, really weird looking, and it kind of bothered me. But besides that, it was still beautifully animated. The entire time Denji and Reze spent together is beautifully animated. Some of the lighting in the pool scene and everything, the lighting, the colors, everything from that standpoint was absolutely gorgeous and just creates an entire mood. The song, the soundtrack, everything is absolutely gorgeous, elevating the mood, elevating the depiction of the story and the two spending time together. And it's just like, this is what life could be, man. This is life. No cares, no stress. Just live with the people you care about. And it is absolutely gorgeous watching these two get together and just spend time together, learning to swim, teaching each other things, learning about each other. And it's just a nice, beautiful segment right there. And then you jump into this entire action-packed sequence where she's doing her bomb devil things, using her entire ability in super creative ways, trying to kill Denji and take his heart. You have this entire segment where Denji starts learning that he is a Chainsaw Man, but there are extremely unique ways where he can use his abilities as well to try and fight his opponents. Because while he uses his chainsaws to fight, there are a lot more unique ways, like using his chainsaws chains to like swing himself across the city. Yes, he does get misinterpretations and thinks he attached it to the shark devil and then ride the shark devil. Like, yeah, he's Denji, he's an idiot, but like you know, he's learning, he's adapting, he's using his techniques in different ways, learning how to use his powers in unique ways so that he can be more powerful as a whole. But like, regardless, yeah, the entire action sequence was really chaotic, but like it does get emotionally engaging as well. Once again, like, you have the one quote that I think is gonna stick with everyone's mind is like, everyone wants the chainsaw's heart. Who wants Denji's? Why does no one want Denji's heart? And it's this entire aspect of him being like hunted and cared for only because people want want him for his power, his Chainsaw's heart that is within him. Like, even with Makima, there's this strong feeling constantly that she's only with him and to manipulate him and use him for her organization to kill devils, and that she's offering herself as a date for rewards, not because she wants to be with him, but rather because he wants that, and to manipulate him to get him to do what she needs, she'll use that because she doesn't really care. She's a sociopath in that manner, and he's just seeking some care and affection. Does she actually want to be with him? Who knows? Like, I don't think we've understood enough about any of these characters to make any finalized depictions, but from the depictions we've seen throughout the story so far, it just feels like a bit of manipulation, but we can't say conclusively what their thoughts and processes are yet. But regardless, he's going through all this emotional journey. Like, he found another girl that he really cared for and that really cared for him, and now he's suddenly feeling this entire aspect of betrayal, which as the movie progressed, it doesn't feel like she betrayed him. It felt like she was just lost within her own thoughts on what she wanted, what he wanted, and she was just lost on what she should do, because clearly the lives they want to live aren't the same. And now, lost in the thought process of trying to figure things out, she just starts fighting, and she killed a bunch of people that work for the Devil Hunter organization, which they would probably never forgive her or give her another chance to work for them, especially in the way she was killing them. But like, at the end there, it really tears you apart when you realize she never went to school either, and she was trying to teach him a bunch of things, but like, she realized, yeah, you know what, I really want to be with Denji. And then when Denji goes and waits for her at the cafe, she's there trying to go to him, but Makima stops her from ever meeting Denji, and she kills her. She kills Reze. So it's like, Denji will never realize that Reze was actually going to come back to him when he thought she left him and never came for him, but he'll never know that she was actually coming to him when he was killed. And it also gives that entire aspect of manipulation by Makima again. She killed Reze to prevent Denji from losing the faith he has in Makima and desire he has for Makima to do her bidding for Makima in return. So to prevent losing Denji to all that, she decided to kill Reze. Like, that's the kind of feeling I have, but at the same time, it's also like, she killed a lot of the devil hunters, so she also has to kill her out of obligation to kill the devils that are doing bad in the world. So it's like, ooh, that just gets you a little emotionally fired up. Like, come on, bro. Like, you really love their entire relationship, and she was changing, but like, you can't just kill a whole army of people just because you're in the state of learning. But at the same time, some people are different, and oh my goodness, bro, this movie just has you mentally damaged a little, emotionally damaged a little, but like, it is a really cute, it is a really engaging movie. It's just that entire action sequence that just killed it for me. But like, besides that, all that character development and all the depth behind all these characters really, really does hook you and engage you and makes you fall in love with the characters aspects of this movie so much. I really love the soundtrack the most about this movie, but like, even then, the animation, the visuals, the character development, it is all beautiful. It is all gorgeous. The fights were beautiful as well. The actions were cool, exciting. It doesn't really keep you tense on the edge of your seat as I think it was trying to do. It doesn't actively have you tense, or like, the fight scenes don't really create any. A part of the reason I felt like the fight scenes were a little lackluster was locally, because while they are really cool to see, it doesn't emotionally engage you into it. Like, it doesn't keep you tense on the edge of your seat, or it doesn't create a sense of thrill within you. It just completely, it's like, you're emotionally engaged with the characters, there's a pause, you have a huge fight sequence, then you're emotionally engaged with the characters once again, and you have the end sequence. And that's why the beginning and the end were beautiful, and the middle part kind of loses you, because it just loses all the emotional attachment to the characters through that entire segment. Or maybe the emotional aspect is still stuck with people, but like, I don't know, it kind of lost me there, but then it picked up right again at the end there. But I thought this movie was still beautiful. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. I can't wait for Chainsaw Man's next season in this franchise. I thought it was great. Peace.